In my last video, I explained that most monsters aren't born, they are created. And in this video, I'm going to show you some of those monsters. Here's one. And the corrupt apparatus for whom she works has just given her the Democratic Woman of the Year award. Now, if that doesn't speak to the absolute moral bankruptcy of the liberal left, nothing does. Hillary Clinton won the Democratic Woman of the Year award Thursday, and she brought her admiring audience of fallow imps at the Women's National Democratic Club to tears. Now, you really can't make this up, and the Daily Caller says award presenter Nucci Courier could barely contain her emotion when she remembered the last presidential election produced a result that was very different from what had been anticipated. Especially, Daily Caller notes, after Clinton secured the nomination through a rigged process. Which is why this other monster, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, had to step down as DNC chair. And who are some of the other DNC liberal left monsters? Well, there's this one, John Podesta, who Andrew Breitbart described as a world-class underage sex slave op cover-upper. And this monster,
people are smarter than we give them credit for.
Tony Podesta, who has just had to step down from the powerful Podesta lobbying group in Washington, D.C. because Tony Podesta had Uranium One as a client. And don't forget about this monster, Huma Abedin, who, according to Anon, may be indicted on November 6th. Our fingers are crossed. And of course, her husband, a monster, Anthony Weiner, who is said to have 650,000 emails between Huma Abedin and Hillary Clinton, which, according to former Navy SEAL Eric Prince, the founder of Blackwater, when the NYPD first got Weiner's computer, they discovered how horrific the material within it was, and they kept a copy of everything, and they passed on a copy to the FBI, trying to prompt Comey to reopen the investigation. Now again, as the mainstream media continues to cover for their Rothschild puppet, Hillary Clinton, they continue to malign any thought that Pizzagate is real and that there could be a problem with child sex trafficking in Washington, D.C. that includes politicians and powerful people. However, according to Eric Prince, in the 650,000 Anthony Weiner emails are indications of money laundering, underage sex, pay for play, and of course, plenty of proof of inappropriate handling of classified information. And according to True Pundit's Thomas Paine, in this interview with Crowdsource The Truth, Anthony Weiner's hard drive contained at least one very compromising video of the monstrous Hillary Clinton.
I think that Hillary is going to shut up on a lot of this stuff because people know what was on that server that nobody wants to talk about, and there were some videos on there, compromising videos of Hillary, and that's all I'm going to say. We're going to cut it off right there.
And if you think the FBI is going to release that video to the public, then you don't understand the deep state. And still, this monster,
we came, we saw, he died,
is awarded with Democratic Woman of the Year by a morally, fundamentally, 100% bankrupt apparatus that worships at the altar of this New World Order demon. And even as the mainstream media tries to dismiss any allegations that child sex trafficking is a problem in Washington, D.C., on Wall Street, and among powerful circles of the elite,
eventually a name stuck, Pizzagate.
There's this monster, Howie Rubin, a former portfolio manager for an investment fund founded by George Soros, who sexually abused women at a Manhattan penthouse dungeon, according to a $27 million Brooklyn federal suit. Rubin, 62, whose high-stakes dealing was featured in the best-selling books Liar's Poker and The Big Short, rented the lavish Metropolitan Tower Pad in Midtown to indulge in brutal sex with women whom he paid $2,000 and $5,000 per session. And I just want to read this quote to you to understand that Pizzagate, which is the problem of pedophilia and child trafficking, is very real. One of Rubin's accusers said that during her abuse, he said, and I quote, "I'm going to rape you like I rape my daughter." And the next time the mainstream media tries to lie to you and tell you that Pizzagate is nothing more than the rantings of internet lunatics,
this is how conspiracy theories are threaded together, lie by lie.
You'll want to recall this. Rubin, who collaborated with 2 female fixers and a lawyer, had the women sign non-disclosure agreements. The trio sought to, quote, cover up Rubin's sexual misconduct and criminal abuse of women and to serve as a cover for his wide-ranging human trafficking scheme. So when you think about the monsters that have been created, many of whom roam the highest echelons of power, you'll want to remember the faces.
It's a dirty, dirty game that the New World Order is playing. These are greedy, bloodthirsty demons, men who will stop at nothing to get what they want. And considering that their ultimate goal is control of the entire world, this is a battle worth fighting.
The world is run by elite pedophiles. President Trump is the first president in the history of the United States that has vowed to go after not only pedophiles, but the elite pedophiles.